Go live.
We live now.
Yeah, but there's nobody on. Let me cut your volume.
You're the ass.
We'll be editing that part out, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not even on yet.
It is on. We got 0 listeners. You're really bringing them in. Hey guys, Doug here from the Reawaken America tour in Dallas, Texas. I got I got Heidi here today. We got 5 listeners. You're really bringing them in, girl.
You must be the pumpkin bread.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I tried.
Michelle.
No, she's trying to undress me a lot. I have an orange shirt on, okay. And when we, all right, I'm gonna just tell the story because we're waiting on people to come in anyway. When we was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, me and Bonafide, I had fell asleep in the chair, and he took a picture of me, and he said, "Look, the great pumpkin fell asleep." And he posted the picture a lot. I didn't think it was funny, but Heidi thinks it's funny. Now she wants to show everybody the great pumpkin. I'm hiding it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we're going to start the morning off. It's where's your cup of coffee with Heidi this morning, and
And laughs.
yeah, it's been a great couple of days. She didn't show up the first day because I don't know why.
Because you didn't tell us about the tickets.
Well, I didn't print the tickets. I was here on time, but I didn't have a place to podcast the first day, so I went around and socialized with everybody, and met a lot of new people I didn't know.
Did you meet other pumpkins?
Thanks for tuning in, guys. So, Heidi, tell our listeners because they're still coming in now. They're coming on in 120. That's more than you get in the live chat. What your wires in the way there, honey.
Oh, I'm a hun now. Oh.
I mean, ma'am. We like to have fun, guys. We had an incredible time at Twin Peaks the other night, and we'll probably be thrown off the air if we say everything we did there. But Heidi, what's your experience been like the last couple of days? Some of the people you've met, being serious now, and have you made some good connections? Have you interviewed some people? So tell our listeners about that.
Interviewed Wendy Rogers, which I,
I haven't even interviewed.
yeah, she's great. So we met outside last night and talked for a while, and then did a great interview with her, and then gonna see her again today. Did In the Matrix, and they were amazing.
Well, let me ask you this: for the people that don't know who Wendy Rogers is, tell them who she is.
She is the senator that is fighting for the election integrity in Arizona.
Great. So explain to us the matrix that you guys were talking about.
Oh, with Jim Price?
Yes, whatever you were talking about.
Well, I wasn't talking with Wendy about that. It was more or less talking with Jim and the other podcast about, jumping off the hamster wheel because we've been enslaved in the system that just needs to be broken. And that's why, actually I did bring it up to Wendy, and Wendy was very aware of what, has to happen. And there's just too many people that haven't hit the precipice yet that's going to really, it's going to get hard, and some people aren't going to make it.
Well, I'm just wondering what happened. They did the forensic edit in Arizona. Edit, audit, whatever you want to call it. Edit, audit. It was, well, let me start over. It was edited before it was audited. Wouldn't that be about right?
Yeah, it rhymes.
Well, I overcame that one. Oh my gosh, here it goes. It's really going downhill from here. But
you gotta laugh.
we
There's too many people.
got to know that the forensic audit was done, but it was never completed 100%, is what I was told is the holdup for what's going on. So the election should have been overturned by now in Arizona. Why hasn't it started in the other states like Georgia, which they said it was going to start in the forensic audit, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan? How come that hasn't happened yet? Inquiring minds, a friend of mine was.
Hey, it is happening. Have you done research? Yeah. Well, as a journalist, you have to know both sides. And when Trump talks in his speeches, he talks about battleground states. You ever thought about
Yeah. The states that cheated in the election. Well, they probably cheated
No,
in
that's
every
not
state.
true. Child sex trafficking were some of the biggest things.
Really?
Think battleground. Where's the battles under the ground?
It's under the ground, absolutely.
And Trump talks about about Maricopa County and 10,432 people, and that's how many kids, in my opinion, were saved.
Wow, that's amazing. And he does
And he also
every time he speaks, he speaks in
codes,
codes and lets people know, and even the music that's played at his rallies or to aggravate the dark side, really. Um,
well, he's trolling.
yes, absolutely.
So at the last rally in Iowa, they showed President Bush, or I want to call him George Bush with a wig on. Did I think Trump? Bush. And he looks at me, shakes his head, looks over, starts laughing, points back at me. And everybody starts laughing because they thought I was a plant. And I just yelled out because I'm like,
Are you a clown? Are you a clown?
maybe. Maybe. That's not even funny though.
No, that's kind of if your eyes went straight up and down the ceiling.
Don't go there.
No, she's for real as it
But
gets.
talking about the election stuff, I mean, Trump tells so much, but when I did speak with the senator about what I was thinking, he said you're dead. So when Trump said, one of the biggest things he said was that a lot of them didn't make it, they didn't come up. He was talking about the kids.
Well, some of them were born underground so far that they can't accept the oxygen that's at the level,
Right.
almost like a dive. They get what's called the bends.
But here's the question: why did Ghislaine Maxwell's family have a submarine company that could go 1,500 people into the city of terror?
This is what we were talking about, guys, because we believe in the flat Earth, and if the Earth is flat, there could actually be something underneath the United States.
What did Ghislaine Maxwell say? We are 71% white. We are that.
Well, she said she was a citizen of the United States, a citizen of the UK, and a citizen of what? They think they own the seas. There's no, by the way, guys, there's no law on the seas. It's just like pirates. And this goes back thousands and thousands of years. And this is where they think they're at, where they don't have to abide by any rules or any laws in the world. They use these private submarines. You'd be surprised where they go, what they do in these submarines. We all thought, it was a big deal with Epstein Island. That's going to be like somebody's backyard in comparison to what's going on up in the Finger Lakes when it's all said and done, all the human trafficking, all the murdering, all the adrenochrome. There's some things that's going on up there.
So I got some big drops last night late from people who catch a lot. So I'm ready to tie it up. The FLR, Rebel Service.
Wow.
His Rebel Service happened. Blair Witch Project. About that too. Because Jim Carrey talks about, Finger Lakes, a lot of kids go hiking, they don't make it.
Wow.
And that's all out there. So Jim Carrey was like in the top.
Yes, absolutely, out of California, even though he's a Canadian citizen, right?
Yeah. He's from Geneva, which is like 10 o'clock.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh my. So much of Hollywood is corrupt.
Yeah. Hollywood, right?
It's horrible that, we all know that. We'll find out that the whole TV thing was a program your whole life has been programmed by the TV. Television. Tell a lie. And you're watching Truth TV right now. We tell the truth. Sometimes. Well, we say it all the time. Then the rest of the time we crack jokes. But when we're serious and we're talking about stuff like this, it's all going to be exposed. Every lie will be revealed. You won't be able to hide behind anything. And we're hoping and praying on the day that it's all exposed. I believe the trial, it's not going on in New York City. That's all staged. It's already said and done. It was done down at probably Guantanamo Bay or one of our underground bases. She is such a high value prisoner that, she's in like a super security prison, wherever they held that at, so they couldn't get to her. You don't think they were going to really just drag her in the courtroom, do you? Because they would have got to her there. I don't believe Epstein's dead. I believe he's key witness in all of it, exposing it all. Yes, they're all involved in it, up to their, the royal family. Yes. She was the supposed, Madam of Hollywood.
They both have black books, and she had 3,000 people in her book. Kids
Wow.
I believe she's tied in with Epstein and Hefner. Hugh Hefner, with Hugh Hefner's being the white rabbit. Adrenochrome.
Absolutely.
Soccer ball. Look at a soccer ball. Look at the Masonic. It's adrenochrome.
Right. And remember when
Trump handed Putin to Trump.
he threw it to him?
Well, they also thought it was WikiLeaks in there, but there was a lot of comments with that. And if you don't know, you don't know. I mean, you can drop it in.
But if you know, we know. So it's coffee with Heidi this morning, and she didn't include me in the title, just coffee with Heidi.
You did the title. You're lucky to have me.
Oh my goodness. Is she so? I'm lucky to have her, ladies and gentlemen. I am so thrilled that she is having me.
I do like pumpkin.
Oh God.
It's a vegetable dog.
Well, you know, she don't eat me. She's making me blush. Keep your hands on tape, but no, I'm just. But guys, it's been an incredible time here. It's actually today, from what we heard from the vaccine police, there's people protesting outside. I'm gonna go film some of that. He's actually went outside with his reindeer nose. Well, we're keeping things lighthearted. He has this little nose he puts on. He said it's Fauci's new filter for coronavirus, and he puts it on. Notice how stupid people look wearing a mask.
So you were asking me about the experience, and I wanted to say something.
Yes, go ahead.
So I met you in Kentucky, and I met everybody. I thought that was one of the most moving things I ever did. You know, going to these rallies. You know, I've been to probably 40 of them.
I know you go to everything.
Yes, but that was enlightening to meet everybody. General Flynn, Ann, just talk to Ann again. You know, it's amazing. Okay, you guys, you know, but Mike Lindell, Tom Homan, there's just a lot of fantastic people trying to keep people calm.
Absolutely, trying to get what information we got out. Standing 10 feet away from us right now.
But the thing is that you have to realize is that you have to get involved. You can't just sit around. You can't, and like General Flynn's message changed a little bit yesterday. He's going to speak again today.
I want to go in there and watch. I want to watch some of that. Eric Trump is here also.
Yeah, you have to know what General Flynn's saying. So when I was in Georgia, I got like a 2-minute interview.
Really?
Yeah. And he's a pretty amazing guy.
I'm jealous.
And but we just talked, you know, because we were at like a rally with Wendy and Bergen.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot they're trying to do and trying to do. People just sit there and go to these rallies and don't do anything.
But you got to take action. It's just like life. If you want to be successful or you want to keep moving up, you got to take action. You know, if you don't fail 100,000 times, you ain't tried enough. That's the way I look at things. The more you fail, the more you know you've tried. And sooner or later, you're going to find something that sticks to the wall. And it's the same way you got to meet. Look, we got to start at the local levels, at city councils, at the county board meetings, at the school board meetings. I mean, there's so many people that you can walk up to and ask, who's on your school board? I have no idea. How did they vote? Did they vote against the mask or the mask? Or what's the city council? Who's the, I don't know.
But the mask had to happen to piss people off to pull their kids.
Yeah, absolutely. This all had to happen. This PSYOP had to happen to expose things. It had to get so bad. Do you know that the so-called person in D.C. his approval rating has dropped to 20? Whatever. The guy playing his role, his approval rating has dropped to 20%. So we had to get it so bad that everybody wants him jerked off the stage, just like the Gong Show. We want him gone because if he would have simply just exposed the election fraud and put Trump back in office, that would have looked like a coup, right? We can't do that. And then there'd be a civil war in our country.
But the corporation had to be dissolved.
Absolutely.
We didn't know about that. 1871.
We are
17.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to become the Republic the Republic of the United States, and not go back to the ink where everything's in large letters. And that's why your birth certificate's in large letters. Because remember we talked about there's no law on the sea. Well, your birth certificate says that you were born at sea. Somebody got upset with me a couple of weeks ago when I said, no, I was born from my mother. I said, that's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Your birth certificate has been traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Your social security number has been traded overseas to open businesses, and you can go look it up. You probably own with your birth certificate several different businesses worth several hundred thousand dollars, if not millions of dollars.
5 million.
My birth certificate alone, I think, was worth $72,000 just in interest. That's not what it's worth. That's what they owe me in interest since I was born in the 1960s.
Were you?
Yeah, I'm old.
Have you ever looked
I'm not dried up though. I'm just old. That's it. But what I'm saying is, we all, when they started the Federal Reserve, our country was broke. What did they have to do? They had to borrow money from England and the Rothschilds, and guess what was the collateral? The collateral was us. Well, call it what you want. They used our birth certificates and that money.
But they bet against everything, marriage, everything. They bet against jobs. They bet. I mean, it's really sad.
Absolutely. Well, absolutely, and so is paying taxes. Where do you think that money goes to? It goes to the Rothschilds. Well, it goes to the cabal. Let's just say it like it is.
But they've been saying it.
The Khazarian Mafia.
13
That's it. But no longer. Because as we know, I mean, if you go to D.C. right now, the FBI building's gone. If you go to the IRS, it's not there.
You know what's crazy? And I didn't tell you, Monica, this in the interviews, but I was talking to a bunch of people. I was at a bar restaurant in South Carolina, and talking to a bunch of Secret Service that worked for the Bushes or Obamas, and they didn't even know what was happening. I just said, Heidi, and I started telling them a little bit. And one guy was like, I just want you to know that what you're saying is something just going to be this is past December.
Really?
And I told him what I thought. He's like, so I saw him again. Because it's like a bar restaurant on the lake, and he's like, your dad and they tell stories that it's unbelievable. Child trafficking is so bad.
What's happening right under the White House on the tunnels?
I mean, that's what they show us, but it's nothing.
That's terrible. It's just
and it's so I wanted something else I've never told you.
Go ahead.
Do you know who James Elephant is?
No, I don't. Okay.
He bought a house across from the YMCA.
Yeah, but there's nothing going on there.
Across from the YMCA.
And you also told us of the YMCA is corrupt too. Incredible breaking intel. It's not breaking intel. Oh, I forgot all about it. Doug, is there a place we can go? I don't have the website right here. You can just look it up on DuckDuckGo. It's a government website you can go to and look up what you. But you got to know what it goes by ages, what the bond is, because your birth certificate is a bond, and you look up the bond. It's real. I mean, I looked mine up. If you go back on our YouTube channel, like 5 months ago, you'll see the video I made on how to look up your birth certificate for what it's worth. It's absolutely real. Now, whether you will ever recover that money, I'm not sure about that because I don't know. Phil talked a lot last night about Massara and how close we are to actually this happening. Well, put your microphone.
Does that help?
Guys, we're in a noisy room.
Can you guys hear me? Hey.
Is everybody else hearing us okay? Put a 1 if you're hearing us okay, if there's a lot of background noise.
There's not many people in here.
No, yesterday I had way more petty people in here that had no problem whatsoever. So when you wear your microphone 9 foot away from your face.
Are we flying a helicopter or something?
I'm just telling you, it picks up noises. See, the closer it is, the less likely it is to pick up. She thinks it's going to bite her, but
you did bite.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I have a question for the people in the audience. I mean, is there anything, because I was Sweet 17. I don't know if people know that because I told Doug I'd asked him just to go back to Heidi.
I bring her out of the closet. Not so to speak. I bring her in front of the camera now.
All right, they're saying I need to speak louder. Okay.
Who needs to speak louder?
Me.
I'll just turn your mic up.
Maybe I should have done it from the
If it
beginning.
was closer.
What do you want me to do?
There you go. That's it. Get a little closer. It's not going to bite you. Coming in for a landing, 747. So this is her mic. I've got it up way louder than mine.
So, does anybody have those?
Let me turn the headphones down a little. We're being like Brad Barton. We're having technical issues right now.
So, does anybody have any questions though from again the Finger Lakes? I know.
I'm jealous. We love Heidi. Please come back with Doug. We can't hear her. I can't stop hearing her. Turn up, Mike. That's much better. That's what I thought. Well, see how close mine is. Mine is right here. Hers is like, hi, I'm Heidi, and I'm right here. Let's see if you put it right here. It's really well. See how far you got to like 3 inches.
You've had too much coffee.
Yeah, it's just like anything else, guys and girls. You tried to tell a woman a measurement, tell them 3 inches, and they think it's that. I don't. That'll be it for us today.
Did you say pumpkin? Head?
Oh my gosh. This is it. I'm through it. I'm done with podcasts for now. Is anybody hiring at McDonald's or anything like that? Oh, I don't want to work there.
They can't hear me.
Well, you need to turn your speakers up, darling, because we're plenty loud. I can look right on Heidi speak.
So, does anybody though have any questions though with the Finger Lakes or anything? Because I know in other times we've done shows, people have a lot of questions, and I know some people are just trying to catch up. Everybody.
Hey, let's trade headphones. Use this one.
All right.
That way you're doing most of the talking anyway. All right. Is that better? Can you hear Heidi? We traded headphones.
So now I'm tapping your profile.
She still took that microphone and put it like, hey, here I am.
Yeah. Oh wait, someone's asking about Trump. Yeah, John. Eric Trump's speaking today around 5:15, 5:20. So he's here.
Yeah, today is the big day
Yeah,
here.
the big guns are here today. Eric Trump. Lindell's still here.
Yes.
Wendy's. I thought he was on the list.
I know Mike Lindell spoke last night at the end.
Did you hear what he had to say?
No.
Did you listen to what he said?
No, I'm busy working. I'm working in here doing interviews.
Why woke your ass up? I've had 3 hours of sleep and I'm wide awake.
Oh my gosh. Well, here we go. Better.
So,
see, we're better now.
So Mike Lindell said last night that all machines will be done by August of 2022.
What?
So what do you think is coming in? Can you put it together?
A new voting system.
Which is?
His invention.
Watch the water.
Watch the water, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
no. So watch the water means what?
I always thought watch the water was not just one thing. It's going to be a wave of information released at one time. You tell us. Because the name of Heidi's channel is Watch the Water. So
Yes.
tell us what Watch the
The
Water.
watermark. When you go to vote, they're going to have
Well, I thought they had marked it with the special thing.
She did, but it's going to be a machine. Lindell was talking about it. That's why I put it on the channel, the interview, because he was saying basically what is going to happen. And he said, guys, they want us to lose our voice, and they're not losing our voice. So, and everybody's so concerned about the vaccines, and I see a lot of people are asking questions about the vaccines. The vaccines are just look here, not there, and that's what people have to realize. And
well, they had to do anything they could to keep Trump from keeping $1,000 because he had taken over their banking system. And the way it was explained to me, at all costs, we can't let him win, no matter how we cheat, no matter what we came out to destroy anything to do with Trump. We cannot accept because what was revealed just not long ago, he was going to put the SAR in effect on January the 6th.
And the SAR was supposed to go into effect
To 2000, but Trump was going to put it into effect on January 6th if he was still president.
But do you understand Trump has never been a president?
He's a great actor.
Exactly. There's no presidents that learn jet since 1970.
Well, I want to.
Why not?
I can put that in 20 It's a great time of year to have a pumpkin, ladies and gentlemen. And at your local farmer's market, I will stand with the pumpkin for a free picture. I will hold a frog in my hand and we'll talk.
We're trying to make people laugh because on the channel, like, I know people are really hitting the precipice, and I think people need to laugh. And, there's so much, yesterday I did the interview with John. He was saying the same thing. We talked a lot about kind of like, and it got deep. He's like, we need to laugh and circle back, no pun intended. But circle back, but you have to kind of reel it in sometimes to not think about it and then come back out. It's so freaking,
They're saying the headsets are not working. Can y'all hear both of us? I'm seeing mine's working. Heidi, say something so I can see it.
Okay.
See? It's working. It's working fine on our end.
Oh, she wants to know about Megan Walsh. Barb.
All right.
Barb, what would you like to know? If you have a specific question, I'd love to answer it.
Did Heidi say that
Yes,
Trump
I
has
did.
never been president?
So, look up the 1870s. Anybody from 1871 is Spirit Corporation.
No, nobody's here from 1871. They're dead by now.
Right now, I'm working.
So you got to look back into that too, and the fact that anybody's been president for 1871 is never been that.
They said they didn't think my mic's on. I can see my mic.
I will have a break.
You can't hear Doug and you can't hear Heidi.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, just fine.
And
I'm on my phone. Thank you very much.
Okay, so going back to
What is it? Are you guys on your free phones and you can't hear us? I don't understand.
well, not to get the subject, but Andy Bannister was just telling me about the phones that they can't track you.
Yes, I got you. Just all of them up there.
Oh yeah.
I had an opportunity to get involved in that. Well, I'm waiting on the coupons. They're coming out shortly. They're real. I've seen them.
They're saying I'm too low. Just push this me.
If you get the mic closer.
What do you want me to do? Kiss it?
Right there. Just don't move it. Don't move it. I don't know, guys.
So, but people are asking about Megan Walsh. Hey, Dave. Just so you guys know, it's yes. John Walsh was actually trying to take her children, and he actually stepped away from the National Exploit for Children that was missing in 2018. So Megan's 3 kids have been with John Walsh. So, she's got good time. So I don't know if that's a good thing for her.
I had no problems yesterday whatsoever. We're in the room. There's probably about 25 people in this room.
Just give them what they're
But no, if you keep cranking it up, it's going to crank up the background. Yeah.
Superfoods, how is it bad?
It's loud in the hallway at the event, but we're not in the hallway. Close that door.
And
It's not supposed to be open.
see if that works. But yeah, so Megan is,
But go ahead.
but yeah, so there's a lot there. I was at John Walsh's house back in September, and there's nothing there. There was one car. I was there in July. There was no car. From what I understand, he was living here. So I don't know if that helps.
Loud, and now there's an echo. Amazing. Check 1, 2. All right. Speak.
my dog.
How's that? Is that better? All right. I just lit up. I don't know what I'm doing.
So, okay, so I know we're still concerned, but I guess this is probably a good thing because then you can put the mic for later. But, wait, is she still at risk for her life? No. Megan is not. If anything, I believe Megan has got her kids back. If you go on Facebook, there's a site called CFS, and it's got a whole program on John Walsh and being exposed and the corruption. And the funny thing is, he was part of America's Most Wanted. He was the poster child.
Well, and he should have been America's Most Wanted.
Well, he's one of many. And the Clinton Foundation supported all of that. Do you understand the Clinton Foundation went through the Finger Lakes? Do you understand that? Yeah, that's what they went through.
I can do that. Maybe if we get this one. She's afraid it's going to
Wait, Finger Lakes, New York just had a big, yes, Finger Lakes just had the Three Brothers Winery, which is quite interesting because there was evidence there. It's, if you go into the lake, there's 61 wineries, most of them are on the left side. And I was at the winery this summer, and the one, they're owned by a lot of Khazari Jews. And I had walked in to get a glass of wine, and they flipped out because I didn't wear my mask, and I was walkers. And yeah, there's a lot of corruption, and it was very interesting. And I don't know if people know this, but I'm trolling here, but there's a brewery called Alice, and hold on, Bev, I'll get to your question. And so with that being said, Alice, if you think about the supercomputers, think of the seven dwarfs, you got to think about the computers that are actually named after the seven dwarfs. Ghislaine Maxwell. Do you realize that her sister wrote this off the paper? So the Finger Lakes has a bar. Does that make sense?
No.
Alice is a huge computer system.
No, I'm not telling you. I don't know.
Okay. Has the Finger Lakes been dealt with? The tunnel said yes. They were very deep. There were three tiers deep. So yes, they're still dealing with a lot of military presence.
It is getting rid of
Must be a but so I know Doug's paying attention to everybody walking in. So.
I'm just scanning the room.
It's not like she's.
All right, Bianca, next.
What's your audience talking?
So anyway, so to go back, and we kind of skip it all over, but I guess that's what we do back podcast. This experience has been unreal. The interviews, the people I've met, there's more to go today. So, Dr. Artis, another interview I had. Wow. Unbelievable. Great man. His wife is fantastic. He's fighting for the right reasons. He's got a 14-minute video on genocide from Disney. You know his mother-in-law.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah. Dr. Artis, one of my favorites.
I got my people. And that'll be, is it almost lunchtime?
But,
my coffee's cold.
So, but the experience with these rallies, if you guys can get to them, I know a lot of people have been asking me, I would do it again for the department. It's the people that make it. And everybody's just coming in. And I mean, there's so many vendors.
Yes. I did a video of that yesterday, plus on the Telegram group. I would say there's no less than 50, more like 75 vendors at least. There you go. That's better.
And then we put that in. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, how are y'all today?
I brought my husband by. We talked yesterday.
Yes.
Are you?
I'm just wrapping up with her, and then we'll have you guys on next, okay? No problem.
So yeah, and I think people need to realize, something I wanted to say. People need to stop talking about the facts. It's just wasted space for them. And we all know the truth, and that's what Dr. Arnold was saying yesterday. It's mRNA, and when you watch it, it's that my siblings. So, I think people need to realize and stop, get involved in this. Stop worrying about who's alive, who's dead, who's a man, who's not. Just
Really?
get involved. You really. I'm just saying. I think it comes to the point where people just need to get involved.
Hey guys, some people don't realize you're live and stuff. They just come out and start talking.
I know. Well, I ignored them.
But I do have another interview to get to. I hate to cut you, but we'll have you back on later today, hopefully. But I have an interview for 10:30. 10:30. Them folks. So I work on the background noise and watch it all disappear when she just. No, I'm just kidding. Just a lot of noise.
Is that pretty much it?
Oh Lord. Anyways, thanks for coming on, Heidi.
We're gonna do. Well, you're here. So you're gonna get out and meet there.
What time's he doing?
He's right because General Flynn's closing it out. No, Trump is closing it out. General Flynn's right.
Okay. So I'll probably watch that.
Between 5 and 6.
Okay, so but I'm gonna be doing more interviews all day long. I got another interview right behind this one, and then I recorded an interview this morning with the Home Hope, and I gotta edit that out and get that up. But there'll be more interviews today. Don't go anywhere. These folks are ready to come on as soon as I can drag her out of the way.
Anyway.
I'm trying to learn how.
Sorry.
I'll wear it as a wedding.
But you guys just need to realize, just have fun. I know a lot of people, and enjoy life, and have fun with, I know it seems like a lot, but when you come to these rallies, I only saw one. How many people are here? 4,000?
There's a lot of people.
And only one person in a mask, double mask. That's it.
Well, they probably would film Christmas. But I got to wrap things up because I have people waiting. I don't want to get people.
Oh,
They're waiting to come
Trump
on.
speaks 5:20, but we've been running late. So my guess would be probably more like 5:45. Depends on who goes to what. But there's a lot of really good speakers today. All right, you got to go. Yeah, I know.
No, but I already promised. You can come back on anytime. You're part of the family, part of the team. But these people has to come on, so let me get them on.
All right.
All right, guys, hold on. I'm going to cut the mics down for a minute and see what we can get done. Thank you, Heidi. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
We'll bring you in, so I'll sit you here. Okay.
I was told that we needed to talk to you about what we're about. You said we would make a really good connection.
Hi.
I'm Mark. Nice
to meet you.
My wife Carrie. We're here to highlight the child trafficking money laundering epidemic through our corrupt government system, through a fraudulent operation, respect to our children, and the destruction of the American families. So unlawful separation of children from their parents.
Yeah.
And it's a huge problem. We've got quite a story to tell. If you have an opportunity to connect
Well,
with us, we
yeah,
have a booth on the other side because he was saying once we start talking, we probably won't stop talking because of what we do. So we're going to be here through the end of the evening. We have a booth on the other side.
Yeah, I like
to connect.
Yeah.
But you have our contact info.
Yeah, I love to do
talk,
yeah.
And we have our websites, and we've been doing interviews with General Flynn's sister, Mary Flynn O'Neill, on the problem.
It'll be uploaded to our website shortly.
So
I got it.
you'll find out more.
You can go to
But we can do something with like an interview like about because I
got to upload them for the whole weekend.
So I was in the dumps. Yeah.
So we're just waiting on our next interview.
This is my wife.
Hi, Heidi. Nice to meet you. Heidi Riley.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Yeah, I know a lot.
We're just joking.
I know a lot. A lot of people are very afraid of what I know. And the people involved, to be honest.
I'm afraid, and I don't know what you know. But I know
But
if you don't get out of that seat, they can't sit down.
Well, you better get her another seat.
Were you a victim?
No, I might have been in the past. That makes sense. I'm from the Finger Lakes.
So you don't know? You're not sure the rest of it?
Yeah, yeah. The MK also, the CIA was actually in the Finger Lakes, under Seneca Lake. It's one of the biggest. So you know CERN, and you know everything else that's going on. Seneca Lake is a portal that goes out underneath. Blaine Maxwell had.
Do you know Megan Walsh? Because she's dealing with the same issue with children with CPS.
Yeah, I mean they got to go down. Fraud.
Okay, Network, how are you? We're live. Hey guys, I'm live on the air right now, so I need.
You are?
Yes, we're still live.
I didn't know that.
Hi, everybody.
Are both of y'all gonna sit in?
Oh, are you going to go ahead and say
One or both of y'all? Stop. I'm really trying to get this done. I love you, but I'm trying to get this done. Let me get this done. You got. If it's easier, both of y'all coming or just one? Okay, well, sit here, sir. Okay, I'm gonna move over here. That way, I don't trip over all the wires.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, I bet you probably broke-winded. And take your coffee cup with you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Where's my headset at?
It's
You threw a $300 headset on the ground? Are you kidding?
All right.
All righty then.
Not good.
Where's my headset? Now you got a fish. What in the?
Right here. Move your feet.
Oh my God. You are never coming back
You're a
on.
nut job.
I'm a nut job. I've never had this problem all week. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna leave my jacket here. Here, I gave your husband a card.
Do you have a podcast?
Check.
I do have it here. Watch the water.
Do you do interviews?
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna do it right now.
See if we can.
Well, I was asking
The closer you keep it.
I would just think if you want to do an interview like great, I was like,
So I met this couple down in Florida in Tampa at the first event I ever went to. That was Clay Clark's. There was about 10,000 people down there, and it was hot as all get out.
I wanted to ask
So introduce yourself to our listeners and who you are and everything like that.
So I usually do that on Monday.
My name is Mark Damon. And we're here today to highlight
So I need to give you my number.
specifically through a fraudulent operation. Clay Clark and company talked a lot about substance fraud, medical fraud of all sorts, and one element that we're bringing forward is the fraud that's happening with CPS and family courses. It's a real problem where involving our future and children getting off the separated.
Alright, what's your name again?
What I mean by fraudulent and unlawful that child abuse and neglect is and what is happening is that children are being removed from parents, and this guy is cheated under safety investment mantra. And the thing that's driving all of this is federal funding that state officials, state governments, like I said, and all 50 states are getting through the Adoption and Safe Families Act. And so the effect that's occurring throughout the country is very difficult on our families. It's hurting our children. And a lot of people may not know it, but these people are getting through the guys, and they're doing this through closed courts, with no public oversight, no hospitals, and it's a real problem because what happens to children who are being taken in this way is that parents are being treated like
Somebody says they can't hear us at all, and there's background noise. I never had any problem yesterday, so we're going to have to restart the stream or something because I've never had this problem before. I do apologize, guys. I don't know what the problems could be because I used to do it all day yesterday, not without one single problem. So we're going to end this right here, and then we're going to restart the stream. So stand by. Wait.